Good evening and welcome to St. George's, where tonight the 4th-ranked St. George's Hawks will take on the 10th-ranked St. Elizabeth Vikings. Due to a bad accident, I am flying solo for the time being. I'm Jason Wentel. I'll be trying to run the scoreboard and trying to bring you the best play-by-play I can until Nick Alessadrini gets here. Hopefully soon. Like I said, bad accident on Route 1 has delayed his arrival. But we should be in for a great one this evening as, like I said, the 4th-ranked St. George's Hawks they played a wonderful game the other day against number 1 Stanford before falling in overtime. Take on the St. Elizabeth Vikings. They're 2-1 coming in off a win over Friends on Saturday where they looked very good in that game. And both teams had a great run in the state tournament last year. In fact, the Vikings knocked out St. George's Tech in this building in the second round on a buzzer beater by Nate Thomas, who is now at St. Joe's playing baseball there, as they're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups here. But if you haven't seen St. George's play, they are a fun team to watch. Of course, they're led by Nashawn Bones Highland, who scored 40 points the other night against Red Line in their win. He's having a fantastic year, but he's got a bunch of players around him as now they're getting the Vikings starting lineups, the defending state champs. For them, their point guard, Jordan Brown, is out right now with an injury. So they're going to be a little different team than when you see them later in the year, but still a very good team. And now they're going to introduce the St. George's starting lineups. And there's Bones Highland. If you haven't seen him play, he is a joy to watch. And here comes the rest of the St. George's Tech starters. A senior-laden team this year. A team that I think will make some noise all season long. And like I said, they're ranked 4th. We're going to take a quick break audio-wise as they play the national anthem. All right, who's ready for basketball here on a Tuesday afternoon? Like I said, I can't wait for this one. This is going to be a great game. They met here. They met twice last year, once in the regular season, and the St. E's win here was incredible in the state tournament. As we are getting ready to go here. Again, I'm going to apologize in advance if I try. I'm a little off on the time and the score here as I try to multitask. They're ready to jump. Controlled by St. George's, and we're underway here. As the Hawks bring it up and get it in the half-court set. As St. E's is really, you can see St. George's height, and there's Bones trying to three, just a little off the mark. It's coming right towards you, Pops. As it'll be St. E's ball. Great defense, and then I see a press here. They're going to get it in quickly to Nasir Brown. Brings it up to Justin Money, to Jones, and that's how St. E's is going to attack this press. They get it into Jones in the middle, underneath, and Jaden Dickinson puts it in, and St. E's gets on the board first here. Nice move and the basket, and here comes St. George's again. Their offense, they're going to look for Bones. Justin Money, who's a solid defender, will have the task of trying to match up with Bones. Bones gets the ball from him, pushes off on Money, and we're going to have a foul on Money. It'll be St. Elizabeth's first team foul, and Money's first, and St. George's will inbound the ball. And it goes into Bones right off the start. Bones is now, Brown came up, and now Money's going to get on him. Bones gets the ball inside to Michael McCants. Oh, good spin move by McCants. The jumper is off, rebounded by St. Elizabeth. And that ball is given to Brown as he comes up. Money. Good ball movement here by St. Elizabeth. Money into Jones. They back out to Dickerson. Shot off the ball. Bones with the rebound. And Bones is going to bring the ball up. St. George's looks to get on the board. And we have a traveling violation. And now ball's in. Vikings inbound at the Money. Over to Dickerson. Back to Money. Money to Brown. Brown for three, off the mark. Rebound. St. George's. They bring it up. Good job by Jones there to take the charge. And it'll be St. E's ball. Here early first quarter, 2-0. First team foul on St. George's, so each team with one team foul. Jones is going to inbound the ball. Into Money. Money moves it to Dickinson. Back to Money. To Brown. Brown with the pull-up jumper, and it's good. A two-pointer, 4-0 St. Elizabeth. And here comes Bones dribbling up. And we got a foul. Let's see who that's called on. If it's on Justin Money, that would be number 2. Second team foul, it is on Money. That's big. He's a great defender here. Checking in for St. George's is Jamin Murphy. As we have an early timeout here. As St. George's looking to set up their offense here. And a good start here for the Vikings as they lead 4-0 early in this one. When you are ready, just turn up your volume.
Cool, thank you.
Yep. Take your time, don't rush. So, like I said, that's a big foul on St. Elizabeth's Money. He's their best defender. He was doing a good job on Bones early in this one, but picked up the 2 fouls quickly. And so, that's gonna put a damper on the St. Elizabeth's offense. As play-by-play guy, Nick Alessandrini's in the building. Getting ready to come on soon. St. George is getting ready to inbound the ball. It looks like Kevin Patton will inbound the ball. Also in for the first time is number 10, Blake Bryant. Stolen by St. Elizabeth, but out of bounds. Oh, shoot, I did not update the clock. I'll get it back for you guys. And the Vikings, St. George's inbounds the ball. Number 11, Tyree Owens bringing up the ball. Back to Owens as they swing it. Oh, great defense there by Nazir Brown with the steal. He comes up. Shot no good, and we got a foul. And we are joined by Nick Alessandrini. Tough traffic out there today,
Yeah, it is brutal on Route 1, so anyone listening, if you're on the go, do not take Route 1, and obviously I hope everything's okay there. There was an accident, but it looks like traffic will start flowing again shortly. Again, I'm sorry for missing the tip, Jay. We got a good one on hand for tonight. St. George's and St. Elizabeth live in Middletown, Delaware here from St. George's Votech High School.
Yeah, I said earlier, number 4 versus number 10, a good early season showdown. St. E's knocked St. George's out here in the second round last year on a buzzer beater by Nate Thomas. So they've had experience playing here. 6-0 Vikings as Brown hits 2 free throws there.
So St. George is playing a little behind the 8 ball here, down 6-0. 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And like you said, Jay, big win for them last year. That ball, loose ball on the ground, recovered by St. George's. And here he is, Bones Highland. And St. George is coming off that tough overtime loss. Tries to get it down low. Nice feed, entry pass, and he gets it to go. Michael McCants, the big man, Jay, getting to.
When he gets the ball down there, it's normally game over because he's so dangerous from that close range.
And now St. E, see them working the ball around. 2017 state champs, Jay. I'm sure you've already talked about it.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable run they had last year.
These two teams met twice last year, as you said, Jay, in the playoffs, a 1-point victory. Then earlier in the season, St. George's got a victory for themselves.
Yeah, that was the game Bones went off.
That one no good for Bones. He's able to get his own offensive rebound, this time up with the right hand and good.
He's on the scoreboard. As, like we said, Justin Money's got to be careful with the 2 fouls.
And if we're talking about Justin Money, last year we saw the defensive performance that he put on. That ball poked away by the Seahawks, and now here they go in transition, and then a foul from behind on Nasir Brown.
Yeah, good. The Vikings updated the roster online.
There we go. We're on the right track.
Because the other day they had Brown listed at 13. I went to the game and he was 23. So it kind of threw me all off. But
he's like, no, I don't want 13. Give me Jordan's number. So we take under 4 minutes to play. 4 unanswered for St. George's. They cut the lead to 2, 6-4. And now here's Bones rocking the yellow shoes. That's a deep 3. That one just off the left side of the rim. It'll sail out of bounds and ball back to the Vikings.
Yeah, he's been a little off on the long-range jumper so far in this one, but he can heat up at any time if you see him play. So he's not afraid to shoot. Even though his shots aren't falling, he'll continue to shoot.
Absolutely. Coach Griffin will give him a rest here. Checking in, Joseph Rinarelli. He had 14 points in the opener against Concord. Give and go here, action, nice pass. Herman Jones from the baseline. That one too strong off the back of the rim. Rebound to the Hawks. And now they're going to push it in transition. Mid-range jump shot is good. Lamar Wright knocking it down.
6 straight for St. George's. That little press has got them back in this game. St. E's is doing a good job breaking it, but turning the ball over once they get in that half-court offense.
And now here they go. Nasir Brown, that's a corner 3. He's fouled on the attempt, so he'll head to the line for 3 free throws as Andrew Spichalski drew the contact in the corner.
Yeah, and that's a cardinal sin is you don't want to foul a jump shooter when he's behind the 3-point line. But there is the foul and 3 foul shots here. We said it the other game, these foul shots are very important in close games like this.
And they proved to be. That game went to overtime. Sally's eventually getting the W there. And what a game that was to open up our 302 broadcast. That free throw on the way and good. So that one good from the line for Andrew Spichalski, the sophomore. And he still got one more on the way. And this one up and good. So 3 for 3 from the line for the sophomore. That gives St. E's a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and now 5 for 5 in this game for the Vikings are from the foul line.
Wright tries to loft it over top. It's going to be intercepted by Herman Jones, who was playing safety.
Great athletic ability there by Jones. Like you called it, safety on that one.
Now here's Dickerson on the drive. Little Euro step in the lane and gets it to go off the glass. Nice move by Dickerson.
The sophomores had an outstanding first 3 games for this Vikings team, and there he shows it again.
Rinarelli going to push it baseline, tries to get the pass cross court, tipped out away. Loose ball up for grabs, stolen by St. E's, and here they go in transition. Up pass ahead off the glass, no good for Nasir Brown, but he does draw the contact, so he'll head to the free throw line.
And Nick, I mentioned that St. Elizabeth has been playing without their point guard, Jordan Brown, who's still injured. So it's, you probably see a little different team when he's on the floor than not, but they're doing a good job of tempo in this game.
And we saw how clutch a performer and how big of a performer Jordan Brown was for this Vikings team last year, especially in the playoffs, helped leading them to that state championship. So like you said, Jay, will be a little bit of a different look from the Vikings early on this season without him.
St. E's is doing a good job getting to the foul line and making their foul shots early in this one. 14 foul already for St. George's.
And that free throw good. Pat Garianis hooking me up with the Ray Jones, reminding me that he likes to be called Ray. That's what good info from Pat there.
Yes, yeah.
And now it's Rinarelli. He'll drive back out. That's a corner 3. And that one is nothing but net, number 23. Jameen Murphy.
Yeah, great shot by Murphy. He hits that quarter jumper for 3. Pat, everyone's been asking about you down here. Especially Coach Matt Rubicon. Want to know why you weren't down here tonight.
And here is Ray Jones, but one too many steps. It'll force the turnover. Ball back to St. George's. St. E's leading, though, 13-9. Just under 2 minutes to play now.
Yeah, exciting first quarter down here at St. George's. We want to thank St. George's for getting us in here and getting us on the Wi-Fi. And at halftime, if you're here, or even at the end of the first quarter, go hit that snack bar. Absolutely great food and great staff there. I'm sure they're watching the game from the snack bar area.
So now Bones back in the game. Little move to get to the three-point line. Gets it down low. Nice tip there. Good block underneath. I believe it was Nasir Brown getting a hand on it.
Great job by Brown there on the defensive end, getting his hands on that.
So now St. George's to inbound. Highland will throw it in for the Hawks. And now it's an Norelli pump fake, gets in the lane, floats up the floater with the right hand off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound. Bones thought about a 3. He'll pump fake, take the mid-range jump shot, no good. But we have a whistle.
Yeah, good job by Bones. He does a good job of drawing contact. You have to watch out where you are. Looks like that one is on Jaden Dickinson, his first, team's 4th.
And the first free throw for Highland is good. 13-10, 1:29 to play here in the first quarter. And I'm sure we talked about it a little bit earlier. St. George's coming off a tough overtime loss to number 1 ranked Sanford on Thursday night.
Yeah, they were 5th going into that game, and after the first week shakeups, they move up to 4th. So because of the performance against that top-ranked Sanford team.
And that bounce pass will sail down the court and out of bounds.
And Nick, Sanford lost to St. Monsignor Bonner the other day in overtime, 89-86. That was a great game up in Bonner is one of those nationally ranked teams, so Sanford proves that they can be real good this year.
That corner 3, no good from Highland. St. E's trying to take it in transition. They get the ball down the floor. And I guess they'll turn it over. Unable to come up with the pass there. So 106, 13-11. St. Elizabeth's up on St. George's here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here on 302 Sports. Nick Allison, Drini, Jason Winchell, Leonard Evans up on the camera. As we tick down under a minute. Kevin Payton up top for the Hawks. A mid-range jumper from Murphy's no good. Rebound to the Vikings.
Good job by the Vikings crashing that defensive board. St. George's Tech is known for offensive rebounding. Vikings doing a good job on the glass.
Dickerson will hand it off to Brown. Brown around the back, Highland on him. Now it's Dickerson, Rinarelli. Brown and Dickerson working a little bit of a two-man game here.
The clock's about 3 seconds off, so there's actually 16 seconds left.
Brown dribbled off his foot. Rinarelli now has it for the St. George's Hawks. Spin move inside off the glass. Couldn't get the shooter's roll. And there's Highland on the finish, so 5 seconds. And the ball will come right over to DJ.
Great job by Nick Alcedrini. As I believe that is a delay of game warning on St. George's.
Getting in on the action there, Jay. Got to touch the game ball. 13-13, 5 seconds to play. Ray Jones will inbound to Money. He's got it with 4 seconds. Around the back, gets in the lane and draws the fouls. They both took a hard fall to the hardwood.
Yeah, good job by Money. Getting down, taking it to the hole, and drawing the contact. I've noticed looking at box scores this year, a lot of free throw shots in games so far. So, and we know from the other night that they called that one real tight. So, something to keep in mind this year.
Absolutely, that one, a lot of fouls on hand for that one. If you were able to see that game on Thursday night, the first free throw up and good for Money.
0.7 of a second left, even though my clock shows 0. I don't have tenths of a second.
So St. E's up by 2. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. St. Elizabeth comes into St. George's. They got a 2-point lead as we head to the break. And we have some subs coming in for St. Elizabeth's. Grant Tate, number 33, will check in as the first free throw is good for Highland. He'll come in for Spychalski.
Again, we apologize for those little technical difficulties, as now I have to try and get the scoreboard back up.
15-15. We're all tied up here now, under 7 minutes in the second quarter. Both teams giving a little bit of pressure here. Money able to break it. Now they'll have the ball in the half court. Dickerson to Brown. Brown into the corner. Money thought about the three. Used the hang time, drives, and draws the foul. And both teams able to find their way to the free throw line here in the first half.
Yeah, both teams are doing a good job of getting to the line.
And again, just where we're stationed at, that back left corner, kind of tough for us to gauge a view on, as that free throw is up and good for Justin Money. And I had my apps all ready to go to keep the stats and everything going, just couldn't get here on time today. So my apologies to everyone out there. And of course you, Jay. 6:34 to play now in the second quarter. 2-point lead for St. E's after the pair of Money free throws. Rinarelli tries to loft it inside. It'll be intercepted. Now here come the Vikings. They try to get it back to Money deep down the other end. It'll be swatted out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings. And if we talk about the St. George's season this year, in the first game, I believe Bones Highland with 40. And he struggled a little bit against Sanford on Thursday night, going 1 of 10 from 3. And like you said, Jay, he's going to keep letting them fly.
Yeah.
Such a great scorer, and maybe the best scorer in the state of Delaware. So it'll be St. E's to inbound, 6:18, 17-15. They get it down low. Good entry pass, and that'll be finished by Nasir Brown. St. E's chalking it up under the basket.
Yeah, doing a great job.
And now it's Highland. Good ball movement here for the Hawks. They're moving it around. Now it's Highland, top of the key. That's a deep three. That one no good. Highland still struggling from beyond the arc. And now St. E's holds a 4-point lead. That ball again tipped out of bounds. Good deflection by the Hawks. Ball will remain with the Vikings. Defending state champs up by 4 here early in the second quarter. Brown jab steps and drives. Kick out to the corner for the Justin Money 3. Too strong. Rebound up for grabs. And it's hauled in by Ray Jones. What an athletic play.
Yeah, great job by him. Like you said, getting that rebound on the athletic ability.
Nice drive. There he is, Nasir Brown, the junior guard. Getting some space, gets in the lane, and lays it in off the glass with a little bit of contact.
Yeah, good job by him. Absorbing the contact and finishing strong.
So the Hawks a little bit out of rhythm here offensively. Cross-court pass. They're moving it around. Nice pass down low, and it's going to be stripped. But we have a foul call. Nasir Brown thought he got a hand on it. Might have got a little arm. And he'll foul Michael McCants, the big man down low. So 21-15, 6-point lead for St. E's. The Hawks will inbound under the basket. 5:05 to play here in the first half. And they'll launch it deep. That's a deep three. No good as well. Rebound almost to Owens, but it'll be hauled in by the Vikings. It's Nasir Brown. And then he draws another foul, this one on Highland, so not a smart foul there if you're Bones.
Yeah. Especially with the team in the bonus. St. Elizabeth go back to the foul line where they have been pretty good today.
So 21-15, that'll send Nasir Brown to the free throw line as he knocks down the first. It's the 7th team foul for St. George's. And both free throws good for Brown. So now St. E's starting to open up this lead a little bit. 23-15, 8-point lead under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Now it's Payton up top. They get it down low, and that nice little baby hook shot from Michael McCants in the paint.
Coming your way again, Nick.
Yeah, I got to be active. I got to be ready to go. Hands up over here. So that McCants bucket in the paint cuts it to 23-17. And now a little full court press action from the Hawks. St. E's, though, quickly breaks it. They get past half court. Money is going to take it all the way up off the glass. Too strong. McCants with the rebound. He quickly hands it off to Highland. And now St. George's got it, down 6. Highland's a little shake and bake. Tries the no-look pass down low to McCants. Almost had him, but this one will sail out of bounds for a turnover. Good look there by Bones. And now 23-17, 4:20 to go. So it's Nasir Brown. He's been the most active ball handler for the Vikings here today. Highland on him. And St. E's just going to work the ball around here. Now here's a drive. Another nice move, but what a block. Coming over, it's Ahmad Taylor gets a hand on it. Highland by himself the other way, and he'll lay it in for 2,
yeah,
23-19.
Great job by the St. George's defense there, and they get a easy basket on the other end.
And they're going to feed off that defense. They're picking up the pressure here. Rinarelli got a hand in there. Dickerson stumbles. Money tried to throw it down. Baseline, can't get it to go. Rebound chased down by St. George's. And they'll say it went out on the Hawks, so it'll stay Viking basketball. 3:38 to play in the first half.
Yeah, great job by both teams fighting for that loose ball.
And it will be Nasir Brown. Spychalski in the corner, back to Brown. And now here's Justin Money, top of the key. He just tried to throw it down baseline. He's going to drive again, up with the left hand, no good. Might have gotten fouled, no call. Rebound, and here come the Hawks in transition. In the corner, it's a Rillarelli open three. In and out, no good. Rebound up for grabs, and we have a foul on the floor. It'll be on McCants, so we'll walk the other end. So I believe that'll set the Vikings up for another 1-1 opportunity. It'll be for Andrew Spychalski, the sophomore. So after a little run by St. George's, 4 unanswered, Spychalski will end that at now 24-19 lead with a chance to extend it to 5. 3:13 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job of getting to the foul line.
Spychalski can't get that one to go. Rebound to Taylor, so 24-19. Rinarelli, same spot. This time short. Back-to-back 3 balls, no good for Rinarelli, and he's typically a pretty good shooter. And then we'll have a timeout, St. Elizabeth, 24-19, 3 minutes to play here in the first half.
Yeah, good chance to me to get our scoreboard back up.
Yep, take your time, Jay.
We're probably going to be commercial free the rest of the way, because it seems like every time I go to hit a commercial, I shut the system down.
But don't worry, we'll still give you some updates on our great sponsors. I have some reads here for you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
And in fact, now might be a good time to get one in. And you got to remember out there, Unique Image is a full-service custom products company offering everything from apparel to promotional products that actually drive results to graphic design and vehicle wraps, plus so much more. You can visit Unique Image online at uniqueimage.org or stop by our showroom conveniently located in the Mill Creek Shopping Center at the intersection of Kirkwood Highway and Limestone Road. Unique Image, you envision, we create. And now we're underway here, just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. St. Elizabeth, the defending 2017 state champs, against St. George's, who has been a top 10 team all of last year. And coming into this year, as we have a whistle blown, it'll be a turnover ball. The Hawks couldn't really see what was going on down that side of the floor. But either way, 2:44 to go here in the first half, 24-19. 5-point lead for the Vikings on the road. As Highland goes off the screen, he'll pull the 3. Doesn't need much space. Couldn't get it to go there. Rebound up for grabs into the hands of Brown. And now he's going to get it and go. Sees a lane, goes up with the left hand. Cants with a great contest. Still no good. Now Highland's got it. Behind the back dribble, gets in the paint, throws it up with the right hand, and he takes another foul. So he's getting his shots up, Jay.
Yeah, he is. A good job getting to the lane. And you know why he scores a lot of points is because he's so good at the foul line. So when he gets there, he makes them count. And when you get there a lot of times a game, that helps your point average. But good job there, taking it to the hole as both teams. And there you go.
There it is, Jay. We do it all the time. A little broadcast jigs there as Highland unable to get the first to go. And 1 of 2 from the line for Highland, so he'll 50% that time. 24-20. St. E still holding a 4-point lead. And that nice steal by Highland as he takes it, and then he's going to lay it in for an easy 2 himself. So defense turning into offense if you're St. George's. And now you're going to see some more of that pressure. Just a 2-point game, 24-22. 2 minutes to play. And it looks like we got another foul. And we do.
Yep, and with both teams in the bonus, a 1-on-1 opportunity. Pat used to say 1-on-1 is money time. That's when these players need to concentrate because those are important free throws. Because if you miss the first one, you obviously don't get a chance to take the second one.
And it is indeed money time, Jay. Justin Money is at the free throw line for St. E's. So it's money during money time. That's got to mean he's going to make both of these. Vikings still holding a 2-point lead. And the first free throw is no good. The broadcaster jinx is still alive. 2 minutes to play. St. George's controls. And again, just a 2-point game here. They get it to McCants down low. That's been there and counted, and the foul. Michael McCants takes the entry pass, takes the contact, and lays it in for 2.
I said earlier, if he gets the ball in there, it's over. I mean, he's just so athletic and big when he gets the ball down there. He's able to convert. Ties this one up at 24. Still a minute 52 to play. That's the Vikings' 8th team foul. And a chance to give St. George's a lead.
And McCants' free throw for the 3-point play is no good. Loose ball up, and it's going to be hauled in by St. George's. They get it out to Highland. He's got space for a 3. No good. He still struggled, and now he got a foul down low. It looks like it'll be against Ray Jones battling with McCants under the basket.
That will be, I believe, his 3rd. Yeah, that's a big call. That's his 3rd foul here. And team's 9th, so McCants will be shooting 1-1, I believe. And they need to get Jones out of here.
And like you said, Jay, huge foul on Ray Jones. And he'll head to the bench with 1:46 to play in the first half. And now a chance for St. George's to get that lead with McCants at the free throw line. And his first one is up and good.
If I remember correctly, I believe that's St. George's first lead because they trailed 6-0 right out of the gate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jay. Yeah, I believe that is the first lead for the St. George's Hawks team here. And now second free throw on the way from McCants. Gets it to roll in, so 2 for 2 from the line that time. 26-24, a 2-point lead for St. George's.
Yeah, a couple big free throws there by McCants.
And now it's Nasir Brown. Rinarelli will have him. Crowd starting to pick up here with a minute 30 to play. Justin Money now top of the key for the Vikings.
So has the Hawks defense here.
Nasir Brown.
Oh, yeah, I think they got to get him on a reach in.
And they do. We'll have a stoppage of play. Foul on, looks like Rinarelli as he reached in on the drive. And that'll send Nasir Brown to the free throw line.
And 10th team foul, so it'll be 2 foul shots.
Those 1-and-1s weren't great for both teams earlier, so we'll see if the double bonus will be any better. That free throw is good for Nasir Brown. And now a chance to tie this game right back up, this time at 26.
Don't forget, if you're in the area of Christiana tomorrow night, come out to Buffalo Wild Wings for 302 Sports Weekly.
And that one is good, 2 of 2 from the line for Brown. Absolutely, Jay. Should be a great show. Finally get to dive in a little deeper into our winter sports here on Wednesday.
Yep, we'll be joined by William Penn and Mount Pleasant basketball teams as they promote their upcoming battle on Saturday.
Tough 3 for Highland that time in the corner. Still can't get it to go. Rebound, though, McCants. Strong shot there, and then a foul under the basket. It looks like it's on Taylor on St. George's. So it'll be Vikings ball
and
on
I
the
believe
loose ball foul.
I was saying, if it's a rebounding foul, I believe they'll walk the length of the court and shoot a pair of free throws here. Again, we said this the other night. You'll see a lot. It looks like you'll see a lot of free throws this year as they're calling games really tight.
That's a good point, Jay, as that one no good. Grant Tate at the free throw line for St. Elizabeth, the junior.
Again, thank you for joining us here on 302 Sports.
And the second one from Tate, no good. So 0 for 2. We remain tied at 26. Under a minute to play.
Let's see if St. George's gets a good look at the basket here.
That's a three. That one no good. Rebound up. Taylor tosses it over to McCants. Nice heads-up play by Ahmad Taylor to get the rebound in the air and then softly lay it over to McCants for the easy two.
Yeah, great job. Again, offensive rebound, second chance points. St. George's Tech does a good job. And if I'm St. E's, I think I'm going to play one shot here. Played a great first half, but now finds themselves trailing by a bucket.
So that's what it looks like they're going to do. Nasir Brown will hold the ball
And
out on the wing.
If you're St. George's, you don't mind this because you came back and you've got the lead.
28-26. It was 23-15 St. Elizabeth a little bit earlier. Big run by St. George's. Under 10 to play. Nasir Brown, dribble handoff to Money. He splits the defenders. Gets in the paint. Up with the right hand. What a block by Ahmad Taylor. 2 seconds. Up ahead to Bones. 1 second. He gets it up and good.
Out the basket.
What a play.
Oh, was that pretty or what?
Defense into offense for St. George's, and they take a 4-point lead into the locker room.
Oh, what a nicely done. Oh, what a great defense on one end. Like you said, it leads to offense on the other end. Bones, knowing the time, it doesn't go for the dunk there, lays the ball in, gets the short 2 points.
Unbelievable play for St. George's to end the half, and they now held a 4-point lead as we head to the break. We'll be back with third quarter action just a little while away here on 302 Sports. And welcome back into 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini alongside Jason Winchell. Leonard Evans up top on the camera. Pops is here providing the security. And we've got a lot to get into here. Second half just 30 seconds underway, or 30 seconds away, excuse me. And St. George's Votech with a great run to end the first half. They now have a 4-point lead, 30-26 over the St. Elizabeth Vikings, Jay. And they were down 23-15 in about the middle way through that second quarter, and they exploded to hold a 4-point lead at the half.
Yeah, like you said, 15-3 run to end the half, and gets them the lead, 30-26. But St. E's, the 10th ranked team, came in and played a great first half, and only find themselves trailing by 4. Thing to watch out for is foul trouble, as we saw the fouls pile up there in the first half.
And here we go, just a few moments away. And Jay, I said something to you at the half, and we learned that we're in the presence of some greatness tonight. Phil Martelli is in the building, head coach of St. Joe's.
Yeah, he is in the building again for this match. He saw it last year up at St. E's, and now he's back in the building this time down here to watch another matchup between these two teams.
And Spychalski gets the break off the steal there and up and ahead. Jade and Dickerson. So early, St. E's, they're going to get it started here early.
Yeah, and they get it done on the defensive end again. We see a defensive steal turn into points for the Vikings.
30-28. St. George is going to work the ball around. They get it down low to McCants. Nobody really down there that has his size. That one, though, not able to go.
No, you're absolutely right. It's a size mismatch. When he gets the ball in, he's normally going to convert, but there, good job by the Vikings.
Rasheer Brown drive and kick. Here's Dickerson. One more pass down low. Money the baseline. The floater with the right hand, no good. Rebound, Tyrese Owens.
Good job by the Hawks slowing it down.
Owens now the corner three, no good. Rebound to McCants in the paint, and he gets it and lays it in for an easy 2.
Yeah, he gets the ball on the offensive rebound. He's going to put it back. Good job of him crashing the boards. They get into 2 points. Say St. George's with a little token pressure. And there the steal.
Good call there, Jay. Highland in transition. Misses the layup. It looks like he thought about dunking it, but then decided to lay it in and couldn't get it to go. Money on the cut in the baseline, or excuse me, down the middle. He gets it to go.
Yeah, I think you were exactly right. He was indecisive whether he wanted to slam that one home or take the layup. Instead, it's a miss, and Vikings come back and answer in transition. Great job by Money getting to the basket.
32-30, 2-point lead for the Hawks as they're working around. Baseline jump shot. Nice no-look pass inside to McCants. He draws the triple team. Hands off to a cutting Taylor down low. He's up with the right hand, and he draws the foul.
And just like that, we played almost 2 minutes before we got the first foul in this half. Looks like that one's on Brown, his second, team's first here in the second half.
And St. George's, we see them trying to get the ball inside here early to start the second half. They think they might be able to be successful with St. E's not really having anyone to match their size in the post.
Right, especially with Jones in foul trouble with 3 fouls. He's got to be a little bit cautious in there.
So that free throw is good for Taylor. And he gets it to go. So 2 of the line for Taylor. And now 34-30 lead for St. George's. And some more pressure. Brown lost it.
I believe we're going to get a push foul on St. George's.
It'll be against Tyrese Owens.
His third.
So the foul's starting to pile up for both teams. Ray Jones the inbound. It's Ray Jones on the cunt. Double pumps in the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound up. And now here comes St. George's. It's Highland on the outlet. A little jab step. Now he's going to go left side. Mid-range jump shot. But draws the foul on the arm. So Highland will head back to the free throw line.
I believe that's on Money. And if it is, I believe that's his third. So the fouls, I said they were starting to pile up at the end of the first half. And come out here and we've seen a couple players pick up their third fouls.
So 34-30. Highland back at the line for St. George's, and he's been there a lot tonight. And that is good. The first one good for him. And Jay, He struggled shooting the ball from the floor tonight, but he's still able to get to the free throw line, and that is his 16th point still. He's got 16 so far.
Yeah, and that's one thing he does. If he struggles shooting, he does enough to get to the basket to get his points from the foul line.
So 36-30 now, 2-possession lead for the Hawks. St. E's breaks that transition. It's Nasir Brown on the drive. Good defense by Taylor to not hit him with a foul. Now it's Tyrese Owens deep on the outlet pass with the right hand off the glass and good. More defense turning into offense for St. George's.
Yeah, and one thing St. George's does is they run. They'll turn that turnover into offense by instantly running down the floor. And a great job there. Now they open up an 8-point lead. Like you said, at one point it was 23-15 St. Elizabeth. And now it's a different story as St. George's leads by 8.
Like you said, St. George's up by 8, 38-30. 5:19 here to play in the third quarter. Timeout on the floor. As we go through some of these stats, we look over to the St. George's side. Bones, he's got 17. Lamar Wright, 2. Tyrese Owens, 2 of his own there. Ahmad Taylor with a bucket. Michael McCants, the big story down low. He's got 12 so far as he's kind of being Bones Robin to his Batman.
Yes, absolutely. He does a good job. Like we said, that his height makes a difference. And I believe St. George's is going to bring that pressure again. It's forced a couple turnovers so far early in this third quarter.
And Nasir Brown doing his part for the Vikings. He's got 14. And we'll see what they do with this little bit of pressure. Good bounce pass to Ray Jones. Ray Jones draws inside. And we got a charge. I was going to say McCants did a good job of securing himself. And
that's big because that's 4 now on Jones. He's going to have to be careful if he stays in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out. It looks like he's staying in for now. So now if you're St. George's, you could go right at him, play almost like 5-on-4.
And let's see what Bones decides to do. It'll be money on him, who's also battling foul trouble. St. George's 8-point lead, 5 minutes to go. Nice kick out to McCants, but he kicks it right back out to Murphy. Good pass, but the 3 no good. Now McCants again on the offensive boards. And he'll draw the foul. So McCants battling down low, and now he's given St. George's another chance to put some points on the board.
You mentioned he had 12 points. He's got to be close to a double-double because he is getting some offensive rebounds on that side of the floor tonight. And now a chance to add.
And it looks like we might have a sub, and Ray Jones will probably come out after this first free throw attempt. As you said, he's now got 4 fouls.
It tries to see what the foul was on Jones, and so he has fouled out.
Wow, so a big change there.
That's why we were waiting for the huddle up, because I think Rubicand's saying the foul's not on the correct person. This will be interesting to see as now referees are over by the scores table. This is going to be interesting because if the call is on Jones, that is his 5th. If it's on 20, Jaden Dickinson, who's over there saying, it was me, St. Elizabeth is hoping it's on Dickerson.
And again, we're just going to wait to see how that plays out. Everyone crowded around the scores table right now. 38-30. This
is going to be a big call. And the foul is going to stay on Jones, and if that's the case, he has fouled out. So you will not see Jones the rest of the way here for the Vikings. That is huge.
Wow, like you said, Jay, big move there. Just 4:54 to play in the third quarter, and St. Elizabeth loses Ray Jones, one of their more experienced and better players, a crucial part of that state championship team last year as McCants knocks down the first free throw.
I was kind of shocked when he didn't come out with 4 fouls. It's a chance you take, and you're expecting your senior to play smart, and there, unfortunately, he was close enough where they thought the foul was on him, and now he's out of the game.
And now the second one on the way from McCants, and 1 of 2 from the line for him. So 39-30 as Dickerson tried to go baseline, bounce pass to Spichalski, unable to get that pass through. It'll be knocked out of bounds, and it'll remain with the Vikings. They'll inbound under the basket.
The Vikings find themselves trailing by 9 here. Need to get on offensive end here.
Tate's shot, no good. Money, though, gets the offensive rebound, and then a carry.
Yeah, as I said, I believe he carried the ball. So ref was right on top of that one, and now St. George's get a chance to maybe extend their lead to double digits.
So St. E's struggling to get that offense going as of late. They've already lost Ray Jones. Things not going in the favor of the Vikings, and almost coming up with a steal there, but another foul.
And St. E's not happy with that foul call. They thought they had the clean steal. Now that's 5 team fouls already. And now the warning against St. Elizabeth. We might have a technical here. Delay a game on the Vikings is the call. So now I believe both teams have a delayed game warning.
And like you said, Jay, not happy with the call with St. Elizabeth. Even the bench not happy with the call. But you see Coach Ruben Camp there telling everyone to relax.
Yeah, we saw the bench technical the other day on William Penn.
That's
for
right.
Waterboy coming on the floor.
Yeah.
So.
And that game ended up going to overtime.
Yeah.
So that free throw, I mean, that could end up, I mean, if you think about it, maybe being the deciding play in that game. Obviously tons of stuff went on in that one, so can't put the label on that. And then another foul here down this side of the floor. It'll be Owens with the reach.
One thing is they've been calling that hand check consistently both games that we've done so far.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're a coach and player, you have to adjust to it.
They are calling them, like you said, Jay, very tight. Thursday night, tons of fouls, and here so keeping it clean. 39-30, 4:14 to play. St. George has opened up a 9-point lead at home over the defending state champs. Here's a Dickerson three. It's tipped by Taylor, and then Taylor's going to loft into the other side and dunk it home. What a first deflection, and then able to look ahead and fish with the jam.
Right in the floor.
And Taylor then reeling down a rebound on this side of the floor, and he draws another foul, and this St. George's gym is on their feet.
Yes.
Momentum completely on the side of the Hawks.
Yeah, it is, and the fouls keep on mounting up. That's, I believe, the 16th foul and third on Brown. So 16 fouls now on
41-30 and a reach-in foul.
And that's number 7.
On Dickerson.
So they'll be shooting free throws. And we mentioned that St. E's is down a player already because Jordan Brown is out. So they do not have as deep as benches they're used to seeing. And St. George's will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
And now we have a whistle with the St. George's bench as Bones seemed unhappy about
something. I believe
something.
Bones has got to come out. I don't know if he has blood or something on his jersey, but I believe he had to come out for a moment.
Everything interesting always happens down that far side.
Yes. Always wherever we are not. And that free throw, we have, I believe, a line violation. And guess who's back in? But he has to sit out a play. Sorry, you have to sit out a play if you're.
Yeah, and there he goes. Yeah, good call there, Jay. They'll send him back to the bench. So that free throw, no good.
Even if the blood is clean, you have to sit out at least one possession.
St. E's, they really need to get something going here offensively. Here's the drive and a nice easy bucket when they needed it. Nasir Brown on the drive. He gets them too.
Yeah, you called that one. Much needed basket. Now St. E's can set up their pressure. And I believe that's a smart time out there by St. George's, knowing that they want to get Bones back in there with St. E's bringing up that pressure. So a chance for them to do it. But if you're the Vikings, you need to bring that defensive pressure, but you have to be know where you are on the court because they are calling the hand checks today, and you're in foul trouble. So try and not reach in with your hands, and just play solid defense, shuffle those feet.
And St. George's again started off a little bit slow. St. E's had the early lead, and then St. George's kind of took over near the end of that first half, and they've carried that momentum right into this third quarter. And they now find themselves up by 9, 3:21 to play in the third. St. Elizabeth, they're battling some issues here with some foul trouble. Ray Jones is already fouled out of the game with 3:21 to play in the third quarter. And some other players, Justin Money battling foul trouble. I believe he's got 3 or 4. So we're all set up for an interesting finish here at St. George's Votech High School. St. George's and St. Elizabeth's 2 302 Sport ranked top 10 teams, Jay.
Yeah, another top 10 battle we brought you on the other night, and this one, two top 10 teams. Like we said, St. E's, both teams already have a loss.
And there you see Bones trying to get fancy and loft up that alley-oop to Taylor down low, just a little too high for him.
Yeah, and as a coach, those are the turnovers that kind of drive you to the little gray hair. Because, like you said, it was about fancy.
So a 9-point lead, 3 minutes to play. St. E's trying to get themselves back into this one. It's still just a single-digit game. Hop step into the lane, no good. Loose ball, it's on the ground. St. E's, though, hustles it down. Nice play by Nasir Brown.
Yeah, great hustle by Brown to get that ball back. And now I believe we're going to have a foul on St. George's. Only their 3rd team foul, whereas the Vikings have had 7.
Now it looks like it will be on Michael McCants.
Only his 2nd, so he's one of the players not in foul trouble in this one, as of yet. Still plenty of time. The way they're calling this game.
Now money to inbound for the Vikings. He'll loft it up top to Nasir Brown. He's been their guy. He's got 16. Dickerson, more Brown. Thought about it. Back over to Dickerson.
I've been impressed by this Hawks defense here in the second half. Vikings can't get much offense here.
Nice dribble inside. Nice move, but couldn't get the finish. And then a foul is Grant Tate on the offensive rebound. But a nice move there by Dickerson to get in the lane. Couldn't get the layup to go.
It's hard to believe he's only a sophomore. The kid can play, and a good job at getting there. He's not able to finish, but he sets up the Vikings for an offensive rebound. A chance for points on the foul line.
And the first free throw is good for Grant Tate. Still cutting into that St. George's lead. And he gets it to go, and then we have an inbound violation against St. George's.
Yeah,
ball back to the Vikings.
Bones kind of tipped it to the other guy, but he did it, and the guy was in the quarter play. So, and then when he steps back out, he's stepping back out of bounds. So, good call by the official who was right on top of that.
And now 7-point game. Ball in the hands of Nasir Brown and the Vikings. 2:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Rinarelli will take him up top. Bones there for the help. And now the ball in the hands of Justin Money. Dickerson into the corner. Now it's Brown. The pull-up mid-range jumpers, no good. Offensive rebound by Money and a nice finish by Justin Money on the hustle play.
Yeah, that's a 4-point trip for the Vikings with that turnover. And they've cut this lead down to 5. 6 straight for the Vikings.
That gives Money 8 points, but right down the other end, it's Ahmad Taylor. Count the basket and the foul.
Yeah, that's a killer. As they were able to break the press and the basket and won.
And just when St. Elizabeth was starting to get some momentum back, a big play on the other end for the Hawks. And now a chance to complete the 3-point play for Taylor. And he does it. 44-36. Still just an 8-point game, minute 30 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Bones on Nasir Brown. He'll kick it over to Dickerson. It's a cutting Justin Money, and he draws the reach-in foul on Kevin Payton. So that stops the clock with 1:28 to go.
And I believe that's the 16th foul, so might be the 5th, but they're getting closer to the penalty.
And now some subs here for St. George's. It's Murphy checking in. Oh, they jumped the gun a little bit there. So Payton will stay in for now. Nobody down low on Grant Tate as he takes the easy inbound pass for the 2. It might have been the easiest bucket of the game.
Yeah, nice setup by the Vikings offense.
And that ball's drived inside, and the foul. Kevin Payton in the paint. And I believe it was a defensive foul, and they'll count the basket.
Another and one opportunity here for St. George's. And the fourth foul on Brown. Like you said, Jones has already fouled out. Brown's got 4. And that's the 19th foul. So St. George's will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way.
It looks like St. E's going to dive deeper into that bench. Payton's free throw, no good, 46-38. Justin Money with the rebound. So 1:10 to play in the third quarter. Spychalski takes the deep pass.
And they did not get Brown out, so something to watch out for. Brown's got to be careful, especially like we said with Brown already, with the Jones already fouled out. But they're able to get the whistle, and now they can make the sub.
And not a great pass there by Spychalski. It was intercepted, but it did get kicked out of bounds, so the Vikings catching a break there. And now they'll get the ball back down by 8 with a minute to go here in the third quarter. It's Justin Money. Payton on him. Under 50 into the hands of Dickerson. Dickerson through the leg dribble. Draws the foul on McCants down low. And now he'll head to the line for a pair.
Yeah, and that's the 16th foul. So fourth quarter, stay tuned if you love free throws.
And now the first one on the way is up and good. Jaden Dickerson.
And if you're the Vikings, great job because you could score with the clock stopped here. That's always important.
And a chance to knock down both here for Dickerson, and he does. 46-40, just a 2-possession game again here as we take under 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ball in the hands of Highland. Highland's been rather quiet here in this third quarter. And we have another foul. This one will go on Dickerson.
Yeah, you just have to, the way they're calling the game, you just have to be smarter. He's only a sophomore, so that's going to come with experience. But now that's his 4th. So Brown and Dickerson are 2 better offensive players now with 4 fouls. And you're in the double bonus, so St. George's is going to be shooting free throws. If you're on the Vikings bench, you're going to play tonight.
Get ready. Lace up those shoes. You're heading in. As Highland with a chance to have his second free throw on the way. 37.5 seconds, but it's no good. Rebound to Rinarelli. Kicks it right back to Bones. And that 3 no good. He gets his own rebound. Still can't get it to go. Ball ends up in the hands of Tate now. Here come the Vikings.
The Vikings have to be careful with all that foul trouble. Yeah. They're getting killed on the glass right now.
47-40, under 20 seconds to play. Ball in the hands of Justin Money up top for the Vikings. Drives in, ball tipped out. And then a foul down low again. And you see every possession, all the players are looking around at each other. Who fouled who this time?
I know.
And the clock will stop with 12 seconds. And I believe it'll be Justin Money at the free throw line.
I believe it'll be 1-on-1. And it looks like that was on McCants, which is his 3rd. Team's 7th.
And the first free throw, good for Money.
This could turn into a foul shooting contest in the fourth quarter, Nick.
It could be, and with that comes many broadcast jinx. Everyone be ready for that come the fourth quarter. You probably see some missed free throws. As Justin Money with a chance to knock down the pair, and he does. 47-42, 5-point game, 11 seconds. St. George's trying to get a shot off. Ball's loose into the hands of Spychalski with 7 seconds. Money's got it with 6. What a move there in between. Can't get it, though. Now we have a loose ball, and that'll likely take us to the end of the quarter. Excuse me, 1 second.
Yeah,
jump ball.
Now with the jump ball, it's alternate hour, so you're going to lose your possession now to start the fourth quarter because you're going to get the ball here with 1.2 seconds left. And it looks like it is the Vikings' ball, so they're going to be St. George's start. The good thing is the Vikings are in the offensive own.
And Money tried to get it off, but don't think it would have counted. And that takes us to the end of 3. After 3 quarters, live from St. George's, the home team St. George's Hawks lead 47-42 over the visiting St. Elizabeth Vikings. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here on 302 Sports. And welcome back into 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Jason Winchell, Pops, and Leonard Evan here live from St. George's Votech High School in Middletown, Delaware for a top 10 matchup between the St. George's Hawks and the St. Elizabeth Vikings. And Jay, a great first 3 quarters, but a lot of fouls and a lot of players in foul trouble.
Yeah, fouls are piling up in this one.
And we said if you like free throws, you've come to the right place. 7:52 to play. Both teams in the bonus. And it's a St. George 5-point lead. And now it's Bones Highland up top. We'll kick it over to McCants. McCants has had a great game for the Hawks today.
Yeah, he has.
And now it's Bones. Kind of quiet in that third quarter. Here's a step back three. It's blocked by Money. Rebound, though, falls into the hands of McCants. And now he'll draw another foul down low.
And Dickerson was near that play. Let's make sure it's not on him because then he would foul out. Now they got it on 33.
Grant Tate with the foul.
Free throws the rest away. 2 free throws the rest away for St. George's.
So Michael McCants a chance to add on to his 13 points so far in this one. Can't do it there, but another free throw on the way. And McCants' second free throw, no good. Rebound loose and into the hands of the Vikings. It'll be Nasir Brown. Like you said, Jay, he's battling 4 fouls as well, and they're down by 5. He takes the nice drive inside, can't get it to go off the glass. McCants the rebound, and now St. George is not going to waste any time. And now Payton over to an open Highland. Jab step, he's going to go right, cuts back inside, lofts it up to McCants for a nice dime, and McCants finishes it for 2.
Yeah, once Highland gets inside, he has his choice, or he takes that to the hole or finds an open man. He finds the open man. And the basket there for St. George's. They get their lead back to 7, and now a steal.
There it is, Highlands with the steal. And then off the glass, no good. He's really struggled shooting the ball tonight, but there he is. He's still hustling, making plays as he gets the rebound and puts in 2 more.
He gets his own offensive miss and puts it back. Like you said, not the best shooting night for him, but he's still got his points. So as a coach, you like what he's doing with his passing, his rebounding, and just his overall play.
And their defense, this little pressure that they've been applying, it's been doing some good work for the Hawks. Pachalski, he's going to launch a 3. That's short, but he gets his own rebound, takes a shot in the paint, and he looks like he drew some contact. Still 51-42. St. George is now back up to a 9-point lead as they've kind of started this fourth quarter off hot.
And if that's on McCants, that's his 4th.
And McCants, he's kind of been in almost this whole game, I believe, since what we've been watching. 51-42, and now it'll be Spachalski at the line.
Important free throw here.
And he gets it to go. So he's only a sophomore as well, Jay.
Yeah, both teams are using the bench in this one with the fouls piling up, and it looks like that's one thing you're going to have this year in the games that we've done so far with all these fouls piling up, is you have to have a deep bench.
And 2 for 2 from the line for the sophomore. So 51-44, lead back to 7. 6:20 to play in the fourth quarter of this top 10 matchup. Nice passing here by St. George's. Couldn't have done it any better, but Taylor can't finish on the reverse layup.
Unfinished business there for the Hawks. Highland is hounding Dickerson there, and the Vikings do get it across the timeline.
And like we said, head coach Phil Martelli in the building tonight. So everybody's got to bring their best A game. Almost a carry there. Spachalski, though, has got an open three. Too strong. Rebound up for grabs. It'll be run down by the Vikings, but they can hold on to it, and they'll tip it out of bounds. Ball back to the Hawks.
Yeah, good hustle there by the Vikings, but it looked like they ran into each other and it causes the ball to go out of bounds. But Vikings just haven't been able to hit that deep ball in this game. And when you're trailing, that's one way to get back into the game is be able to hit those three-pointers.
And honestly, Jay, talking about both teams really struggling from downtown tonight. Can't really tell you the last time. I can remember the last three we've seen.
Yeah, there hasn't been many in this game, I can tell you that. Both teams are ice cold from the outside.
Payton over to Rinarelli. Rinarelli now in the corner. He's got it back up top. Another shift to the corner. This looks like an Owens three from the corner. A little long rebound, Kevin Payton. And now it's Rinarelli up top, and they'll reset it as he hands off to Bones.
That's one thing the Hawks are doing. They're crashing the offensive boards. I think that's been the difference so far in this one. Dickerson's got to watch out with the 4 fouls.
Rinarelli, nice pass to Owens, who goes up with the right hand, draws the foul, and counted. Nice hang time there by Tyrese Owens.
Yeah, good job of getting inside. And we're able to convert. And a chance now for the old-fashioned three-point play. We've seen them more of the old-fashioned three-point than the three-pointers in this one. As the McCants is going to go to the bench, I think that's a great move by St. George's to get him to the bench.
And he completes the three-point play, so St. E's putting a little bit of pressure on, but St. George's, they're right back at him.
Yeah, now up at double digits again. The Vikings come in at 2-1.
And that gives Owens 5 on the night for him. Here's Spachalski on the drive. That one blocked by Taylor, and the young gun just really didn't know what to do there.
No, he got in no man's land, and then when he went to finally shoot the ball, it was blocked easily.
Now, if you're Bones and St. George's, you're up double digits. Now might be the time if you're Bones to take over this fourth quarter, maybe the game, and end it for him. Let's see what he does. Draws the double team to a cutting Taylor off the glass, and good. Couldn't have drew it up any better. Bones draws a double team and finds a cutting Ahmad Taylor.
Yeah, that's a great job, like you said. He's going to take over here in the fourth quarter. He knows he has the lead. If he gets the ball in his hands, he's going to get double teamed every time. If he finds the open guy, it's going to give the Hawks all the momentum that they need to close this one out. That was what they were not able to do against Sanford here the other night. They led the whole game, but just could not close out the number one team. And Sanford was able to win it in overtime.
And a nice move there by Bones. Like you said, not shooting the best from the field tonight. Maybe not a great shooting night for him, but he's doing a lot of other things. Still hustling, getting offensive rebounds, making plays and steals on defense. And there you see him there with a nice pass inside to a cutting Ahmad Taylor, who was able to get it to go. 56-44, 4:37 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, thanks for joining us on 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Jason Winchell, Leonard Evans, and Pops on hand from Middletown, Delaware.
Yeah, and we've had 2 good games so far here, Nick, in our broadcast debut here.
You're quite the selector there, Jay. Good game selections. And I was hoping to see Nick Halliday here today. I heard him on the block he was going to be here.
Yeah, I think the traffic got to him too, but some scores. Halftime, Sussex Tech 33, Smyrna 21. And in girls action, number 1 Conrad with the 61-37 win over Mount Pleasant as they play their first game today, Conrad.
Grant Tate, the mid-range jumper, in and out. And then a foul. It'll be on Money on the offensive rebound attempt. I believe that's his 4th or 5th.
I believe they're going to get it on St. George's for holding
excuse
Money.
me. Yeah, that's my mistake there.
I was with you with the first impression until I saw Money going to the foul line.
So big for the Vikings there. They're down 12. Money to the free throw line with 4:22 to play. And the front end of 1-1 is good.
Yeah, when you're trailing by 12, this is your opportunity to score with the clock stopped. You got to take advantage of that. And that was the 19th foul in St. George's. So free throws the rest of the way for St. Elizabeth also in this one. I'd love to see the free throw attempts at the end of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's both good for Money, so he's doing his part from the free throw line there. Now just, again, a 10-point game, 56-46 as we tick under the 420 mark here in the fourth quarter. Double team pressure on Owens. He gets it off to Highland, and then we have a timeout by Coach Rod Griffin and the St. George's Hawks. So we'll take a short little break from action here. Again, 56-46, 4:12 to play.
Yeah, that's a good timeout. Then they were having a little trouble. But with the fouling and St. Elizabeth's converting, you can also, with your guys in foul trouble, bring in some defensive players so they don't pick up their foul with, still 4 minutes and 12 seconds left. You might want to try and preserve them if you can. But what a interesting game so far here.
And we look at some of the stats on the St. Elizabeth side. Money, he's got 12. Nasir Brown with 16. Dickerson, 8. And the sophomores, Pacholski's got 6. Grant Tate with 4. So a lot of the scoring coming from Nasir Brown and Justin Money. And Nasir Brown kind of quiet so far in the fourth quarter. And then we look over to St. George's. Bones, he's got 20. And McCants right behind him with 15.
Yeah, good 1-2 punch there for St. George's in this one.
So up by 10, 4 minutes to play. Rinarelli going to take it baseline, kick back out to Owens.
And with the lead, St. George's, you could be patient here. Run some time. If the shot's not there, don't force anything.
And that looks exactly like what they're going to do. They're going to toss it back and forth here. Now Bones going to feed it down low to McCants. McCants spins right side. Up with the right hand. Nothing you can do about that if you're Grant Tate and the Vikings. Good move down low by McCants using his size.
Yeah, you come out to force the ball out of other people's hands. They get the McCants underneath, and it's all over.
Now ball up for grabs. It'll be tipped out of bounds by Money, and it'll go to the Hawks. So 12-point lead, 58-46, 3:29 to play, and now St. George's, they're going to take their time really now.
Yeah, they're in a perfect position here.
St. E's, though, they're going to apply that pressure. Rinarelli takes it across half court and now to an open Taylor down low who gets it to go, and there's that press break. St. George's gets 2 more.
Good ball movement by the Hawks there. They knew exactly where they were going with it, and they're able to get the easy deuce to go up 14 and trying to salt this one away.
And a loose ball, and what do you know, Jay? We've got a foul.
There's shock.
And then we look again, I want to say great game I've seen today out of Ahmad Taylor.
Yes.
He's doing it number 12. 11 points, but he's doing it on the defensive end, been very active and some great blocks.
I believe we got a technical foul now on the Hawks.
Oh, and for St. George's, that's not what you want.
Now you're going to get 4 free throws here for the Vikings. Don't know who he called it on. It looks like if it was on 13, is that his 5th? With
That'd
the
be
technical?
Rinarelli.
Let's see. I don't know. I mean,
and the free throw is good from Nasir Brown.
I did not see who they called the technical on, but they have.
Me either.
They do have 13 up there listed with 5 fouls. And now, so the 2 free throws are down and 2 more to go here.
It's like practice, Jay. Give him some free throw practice as he's able to knock down the first 3. And if he makes this one, we'll have just a 10-point game, and he does.
Nick, we've seen a bunch of technical fouls this year. As a player, you have to know the time and situation. They're calling it this year. They're calling the games tight. You just have to be aware and learn to control your emotions, which is hard to do when you're a high school basketball player.
60-50, still now a 10-point game. St. Elizabeth's down. But they do have the ball now.
Yeah, 4 free throws, a chance for a 6 or 7-point possession here.
But they can't hold the ball too long, so under 3 minutes, it's Dickerson. He drives, gets in the paint, up with the left hand. Good block again by Taylor.
Yeah, great block.
And Taylor and McCants have been big down low for St. George's tonight. As Bones, nice pass down low to McCants, and that was a nice catch there by McCants on the block.
Yeah, signed him up for tight end. He showed great hands there.
And St. George's 62-50 as we have a whistle.
And I believe this one is a traveling violation or carrying. I did not see the call.
Yeah, me either. Either way, it will be Hawk basketball. Up by 12, just 2.5 minutes to play. And St. George's just about 2.5 minutes from pulling this one out. Again, great passing. McCants with a nice kick out to Owens. And once they found that rhythm, they stayed with it as that ball down low is tipped and into the hands of Spichalski. Dickerson just loses out of bounds, but he saved it. And it'll be run down by Dickerson. Excuse me, that was Nasir Brown that lost it out of bounds. Dickerson ran down the loose ball.
Yep.
And then draws the foul.
Takes it to the basket, draws the foul, and then he gets to go back to the foul line. Like I said, this is a good game for foul shooting practice.
And now, though, unable to go for Jaden Dickerson. Still 62-50. 12-point lead for the home team, St. George's Votech Hawks. And 0 for 2 from the line. And this game was a little bit closer down the stretch. And St. E's, though, not having Ray Jones do that foul out in the third quarter. I'm not saying it would have changed things drastically. You never know. But an interesting game here between two top 10 teams. Bones dribbling around, draws the defense, and that leaves another open Ahmad Taylor. And the defense just seems to go where Bones goes.
Yeah, and as a player other than you go to the basket and hope that Bones can find you. And he's doing a good job. He's probably close to 10 assists and 10 boards in this game.
And then we have a foul on the floor. It looks like it'll be against Justin Money and the Vikings. 64-50. As we're just now a minute and 15 away from closing this one out.
That's Money's fourth. And here comes Nick Santa.
Coach Nick Santa in the building. A little bit too late on the knuckles there.
They play here on Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what Coach Sibley was saying.
And in that Rumble by the Rivel.
Mm-hmm.
So good test early for St. Mark's.
And a pair of free throws for Nishan Bones Highland. That brings him up to 22 on the night. And like I said, Jay, a very quiet 22. And that three is knocked down by Nasir Brown.
I believe that's the Vikings' first three-pointer of this game. It comes in a good spot to cut the lead to 13 and get the timeout.
And Nasir Brown with that triple brings his points total up to 23 points, the same as his number.
I'm trying.
So 23 and 23.
Trying to get a Newark Charter Sleazy Adam score. But here's a score I do have. Sussex Tech 40. Smyrna 31. So a good job by Sussex Tech. We're going to, speaking of Smyrna, we are going to see them Friday night on our 302 Sports as they come up to Caravel and play the new 7th-ranked team, Caravel Buccaneers.
A game that we got to do last year down at Smyrna when it was number 1 versus number 2. So always two great teams going at it when you have Caravel and Smyrna.
And Smyrna lost, a bunch from that team, and Caravel lost Parker and a couple other players. Mm-hmm. So two relatively new starting lineups for each team, and we'll see where they are. Right now, Smyrna struggled a little bit in that Henlopen North with losses to Cape Henlopen and Dover out of the stretch. Speaking of Dover, they're good to watch.
Yeah.
They took it to number 4 Cesar Rodney, but beating them by 20 points the other night. Looking real good so far early in the season. They have a big matchup coming up also this week. So
we got to see, I believe, I personally only got to do one of Dover's games last year, and that was against Smyrna in that Henlopen championship game when we went to Dover High School. And that was a great game.
Yeah, it was.
And now a minute left. St. George's, they're up by 13. They're just going to try to walk this one out here. Good pressure by St. Elizabeth as they trap Bones in the corner. And it'll be St. E's ball. So 51.3 to play. St. E's down 13, but they've got the ball here Again, Highland, 22 points on the night for him. Ahmad Taylor, 13. And Michael McCants coming in with 19 points, as that one's up and good for Justin Money.
Yeah, good drive. Again, another timeout here. Cuts it to 11 with 45 seconds left, as the Vikings will try and get a steal on the inbound pass. Another big one. Appo was in here earlier. They have St. George's on Thursday, Slasianum on Saturday, and they lost to Caravel last week in a real close one. So Appo's in their tough stretch of their schedule, and I was talking to the coach earlier today. He was going to be here for the first half and then go over to Newark Charter Sally's, because they got Sally's on Saturday. Silent night at Slasianum.
Oh, I remember that from last year.
Yeah, Jim. So that's always a tough environment to play in.
Was that the Sanford game last year?
It was also Appoquinimink.
Oh, both, okay.
So Appo's back there again this year, as it was originally supposed to be at Appo, but they moved it back to Slasianum. So speaking of Slasianum, Baynard Stadium deal done.
I saw that as well.
It will not be Baynard Stadium moving forward.
It's going to be hard to adjust to.
Yes, but that will be stadium will be shut down next year and hope to reopen in 2020.
And they showed some of those blueprints for that. That really is looking nice for what they have projected to be. I'm sure it'll be a beautiful facility. And now 40 seconds to go, 66-55. St. George's had an open basket, but they're just going to try to pass it around here and run some clock.
And the thing about that, it's going to be able to host some state tournament games.
And that would be great not only for the state, but all the players and all the teams as well, because that's going to be, like you said, Jay, a very nice field when it's all said and done. And special thanks to Sally's for allowing that use.
And now Brown fouls out. He did a good job, though. He had 4 fouls at the end of the third quarter. He got through 7.5 minutes here before fouling out.
And 23 points.
Yeah, great job. Junior. Great job by him on the offensive end, as they needed all those points.
And then we look again at St. George's. It's going to be a nice win for them again tonight.
Yeah, and they don't have an easy stretch. They got Appoquinimink later this week. They got William Penn next week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of big early games this season, which I like to see. And like you said, last year in December we had 1 versus 2, so it's good to see these games early in the season.
And with that miss and rebound, it looks like that'll do it. 10 seconds ticking down here at home for the St. George's Hawks. No, McCann's going to get 2 more. He wanted 2 more there. And he must have known that he had 19, because that gives him 21. He's broken the 20-point mark. And that 3 no good. So there you have it. From St. George's Votech High School in Middletown, Delaware, St. George's defeats St. Elizabeth 69-55, a big double-digit win for the Hawks. And Jay Bones, not the best night shooting. He still finished with 22 points. Yes. McCants right behind him at 21.
Yeah, good job. Like you said, Batman and Robin earlier, that's a good comparison, 22 and 21. They get 43 points between them, and they get a nice victory here, atoning for last year's loss here in the second round to the Vikings.
And St. Elizabeth's got into some foul trouble early. They lost Ray Jones in the third quarter. Justin Money and a couple other key players battling fouls throughout the entire game. Justin Money, he finished with 14. Nasir Brown, he added 23, but it wasn't enough for the Vikings.
Now, just not enough firepower. Again, we want to point out that Jordan Brown is hurt right now and unable to play, and he can score a lot of points too, so the Vikings need other players to step up right now, and tonight 2 of them did, but not enough against this number 4 ranked St. George's Hawk team.
And there you have it, live from St. George's Votech School in Middletown. Nick Alessandrini, Jason Winchell, Pops, and Leonard Evans for 302 Sports. Thanks for joining us. St. George's picks up the victory, 68-55 over St. E's. We'll see you next time, or tomorrow rather, live for 302 Sports Weekly.